What do you reckon the next one's like, Mr. Anthony?
So that took us into our first of two title matches for the night, which was the Neo Lights, the Crowbar Jake Neo, and the Supercharged Polito challenging Big Dude Energy, which consists of Big Dave and Ricky Gilmore, for the APW Tag Team titles.
Now, this was a very, very interesting match in some respects. As I said to you on the night, I understand. Look, first time I've ever seen this Big Dude Energy, I really, really, really liked them.
Oh yeah,
but I think they don't need the comedy bullshit.
100%.
I don't think they need that at all. I think they can still get over. And I think it was you who said to me, I'm pretty sure it was you who said to me, but they've got a bit of a Steiner brother look about them.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And they don't need that comedy bullshit stuff. If I was advising, with sort of all our years in the sport, I would say to them, concentrate, maybe watch tape, but look at people like the Steiners, that sort of thing. Be that really good, strong, solid team that everyone's sort of going to fear, and you can back everything up, do what you want to do. They for me have the biggest potential of anyone I saw on the card as far as how far that team could go.
I'd heard of Big Dude Energy, and they were talked up by a few people before I went and saw them.
Okay.
So I already went in there thinking, well, these guys are supposed to be, the next big thing, and they didn't
disappoint.
Yeah, they didn't disappoint me. For me, that Ricky Gilmore, his agility for a guy of his size is amazing, and Big Dave's got a lot of charisma. There's charisma there. There's the guy has got charisma. He's so as far as remembering the tag team, it's a very easy to remember their look, the gear.
Yeah.
Big Dave's charisma. And he's a good worker too. I'm not just going to say he's just there for charisma. He's a good worker.
That was good.
I thought the most polished guy was Ricky Gilmore. I really liked the way he doesn't have quite the charisma, but tell you what, dude can work his ass off, and he's agile. For a guy of that size,
natural, didn't he?
Yeah,
some of the guys you see in the ring, they look like they're thinking their way through it, whereas some are just quite natural. They're wrestlers. It's like when we watch footballers. Some of them just look like a natural football player.
Yeah.
Some don't. He did. I agree with you that Ricky Gilmore was very, very good. But and nothing against Dave either, Big Dave. He was equally good.
Yeah.
And I think as a team, they really, if they just put a little bit of spit and polish on the whole package, get rid of that comedy shit. You don't. Yeah. I think it detracted from them. And I don't know that. I think if they got rid of it, they'd be, for lack of a better word, seen as a more serious sort of unit, a more fed unit, and the amount of teams you could put up against them and stuff like that. And yeah, they got a little bit of definitely a bit of the Steiners about them. I really, really
They do. Look, I'm not sure exactly because I've not seen Jake Neo or Supercharged Velado, but I think they might have been faces as well. So it might have been face versus face. Could have been. So they might have not wanted to maybe heal up Big Dude Energy, and I don't think the other guys could have out-healed them anyway.
No.
But I think that when you looked at the match and the guys walked out, if I had $100 to spend, it would have been on Big Dude Energy kicking someone's ass. Those dudes look like they kick some ass.
They look fair dinkum.
Yeah.
Like the real deal, sort of.
Yeah. The other two guys worked a great match, and like I said, I'm like you, not into the whole balls of steel comedy thing. That's not in for me. No. But I tell you what, the Lucha guy, I liked him too. He moved very well.
Very young guy, extremely young. Even though he was masked, you could tell he was a very young guy. So his future is very, very bright.
That's right.
Jake Neo, yeah.
I think. Look, once again, you're dealing with a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
So there's always room for growth and room for potential.
Oh God,
You know, and it's one of those things is you just go back to the drawing board, keep working, hitting the gym. You know,
he looked good. Like he came out, he had nice tights, he had proper boots.
He looked. He
A lot of
put the
wrestlers
effort
don't
in.
have proper boots anymore. They just wear those like runners, and they got those. What do you call those pads on the front? The
Or shin guards and that
or
kind of
whatever
thing.
they are.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think
No.
you're a wrestler, put wrestling boots
Yeah.
on, but I'm probably a bit old traditional. But Jake looked the part. But yeah,
Look, even he was working. The ring was clean. There was nothing. How can I say? I'll sound negative here, but he didn't stand out in the match.
No.
to me.
no.
You know, his partner stood out. Obviously, big dude energy stood out.
Oh.
And it was pretty hard to outshine them anyway as far as standing out. You know, so it might have been just basically he got outshone a little bit. But you know, I mean, definitely he earned his place on the card. He didn't. He deserved to be there. But I really enjoyed the match. Wasn't my favourite match of the night. Way too much comedy. I don't want to harp on about the comedy side of things. I was in with about 5.5 out of 10.
I went 7.
Okay, you went 7. All right, cool.
Well, interestingly enough, they ran a poll on Facebook of what was their favourite match of the night.
Yeah, that was it.
Match won convincingly.
Yeah. No, the fans are the fans.
The fans,
you know,
they're the ones
they pay the bills.
What about you, Anthony? What were your thoughts?
Oh, I did like this match. Like I said to Manson in the car ride home, there's no way you could turn Big Dude Energy heel. There's no way.
Nah.
No, you wouldn't want to, but you
wouldn't want. You could, but you wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, because they're over. They're like over well with the crowd. Like I didn't see much out of the leader. Like I haven't seen much out of the leader up until that point. He's got, as you guys said, he's got a bright future ahead of him. I do agree with you guys with that Jake Leo, he did kind of fade in the background a bit.
Yeah, look, it wouldn't have been an easy match to star in anyway, because those Big Dude Energy took up a lot of the fans' attention and that.
Yeah.
And then Valito had the high flying side of things. And Neo sort of like just worked in between, maybe like the glue between the lot of it. But yeah, he didn't stand out. But I don't think it was lack of that he wasn't good enough. It was just maybe the opponents he was.
I think both those boys need to put on some size.
Yes.
Yeah, they were very slight.
The lucha guys are generally like that now.
Yeah,
but the other fellow wasn't a lucha guy, so he could stand to put on a bit of size because he wasn't a small kid. Tall, he was fairly tall.
But he needs, as we'd say in the footy, he needs a couple of pre-seasons in the gym.
Yeah, but that's it. I think he'll get there. I think, like I said, I've not seen anything on this card yet that I haven't said, well, why are these people even there? And there's sometimes I do watch those kind of cards and I go, what are you doing here? Like, just maybe it's time for you to go back behind the rails and watch it as a fan.
Yeah.
But there was nothing like that I saw from this show. So, I mean,
well, hence why we want to go back and see the 30th.
Well, I want to see them. I want to see the 30th for sure. I enjoyed myself. I was happy to pay
tickets.
I paid for the ticket. And I was happy to pay for the ticket. I didn't walk out of there going, "Oh, I paid for this." No, I was really, really happy with it. So,
I might just mention too that ticket prices were very reasonable.
Very reasonable. Peoples, go out there and get your tickets because it's not a big venue.
No, it'll sell quick. I could imagine.
Yeah, and if anyone gets a sniff of this and knows how good the show is, you're not going to get a ticket for it. So go out there and chase it down. Chase it down like a dog with a bone.